Hey there, aviation aficionado. Ever heard of the MiG-21? Of course you have. It's one of the most iconic fighter jets in history. But today we're zooming in on a part of this legendary aircraft that doesn't always get the spotlight. The nose cone. Yup, that sleek, pointy tip at the front of the jet. It might look like just another piece of metal, but trust me, the MiG-21's nose cone is more than meets the eye. Let's dive into why this seemingly simple component played such a crucial role in making the fish bed, that's the NATO nickname for the MiG-21, a game changer. Let's start with the basics. The nose cone is the very first thing you see when looking at a MiG-21, and it's not just there for looks. This aerodynamic marvel was designed to slice through the air like a knife, reducing drag and helping the jet reach blistering speeds of over Mach 2. For context, that's twice the speed of sound. But here's the kicker. The nose cone wasn't just about speed. Inside that pointed tip lies some of the MiG-21's most critical systems, including its radar and sensors. In other words, the nose cone wasn't just a pretty face. It was the brains of the operation. Back in the day, the MiG-21's RP-21 Sapphire radar system was housed inside the nose cone. While it wasn't as advanced as modern AESA radars, it was revolutionary for its time. This radar gave pilots a sixth sense, allowing them to detect enemy aircraft from miles away, even if they were flying at high altitudes or trying to sneak up unnoticed. The placement of the radar inside the nose cone wasn't an accident. By keeping it up front, engineers ensured maximum range and minimal interference. Think of it like having your eyes right where they need to be, always scanning, always ready. Without this setup, the MiG-21 wouldn't have been nearly as effective in intercepting intruders during the Cold War era. Now let's talk about what makes the MiG-21's nose cone a work of art. Its sharp, streamlined shape wasn't chosen just because it looked cool. It was all about performance. During supersonic flight, even the tiniest imperfection can create turbulence and slow you down. The MiG-21's designers knew this, so they crafted the nose cone to be as smooth and efficient as possible. This attention to detail paid off big time. The MiG-21 became known as one of the fastest production fighters of its generation, earning nicknames like Balalaika, after the Russian stringed instrument, and Fishbed. Pilots loved how nimble and responsive it felt, thanks in part to the precision engineering of the nose cone. Here's something many people don't realize. The nose cone had to withstand insane conditions. At Mach 2 speeds, the temperature difference between the front of the jet and the rest of the fuselage could be extreme. We're talking hundreds of degrees Celsius. To handle this, the nose cone was made from heat-resistant materials like fiberglass reinforced plastic, which could endure the stress without warping or cracking. And let's not forget about bird strikes, a real danger for any fast-moving aircraft. If a MiG-21 collided with a flock of birds mid-flight, the nose cone had to absorb the impact without compromising the integrity of the plane or damaging the sensitive equipment inside. Talk about pressure. One of the coolest things about the MiG-21's nose cone is how practical it was. Maintenance crews loved it because it was relatively easy to remove and replace. Need to swap out the radar? No problem. Want to upgrade the avionics? Just pop off the nose cone and get to work. This modularity made the MiG-21 incredibly versatile, allowing countries around the world to adapt it for different missions. Over the years, countless variations of the MiG-21 emerged, each with slightly modified nose cones tailored to specific needs. Some versions added extra sensor pods, while others improved the aerodynamics further. Whatever the mission required, the nose cone evolved to keep up. Believe it or not, the MiG-21's nose cone has taken on a life of its own outside military circles. Aviation museums proudly display these artifacts, showcasing their sleek design and historical significance. Model builders obsess over recreating every detail, from the tiny screws to the paint job. And let's not forget the retired pilots who reminisce about their days flying the fish bed, often pointing to the nose cone as a symbol of everything they loved about the jet. In fact, if you ever visit an air show featuring vintage MiG-21s, take a moment to appreciate the nose cone. It's a reminder of an era when simplicity met sophistication and when engineers pushed the boundaries of what was possible. So there you have it, the MiG-21's nose cone in all its glory. Sure, it might seem like a small part of the overall aircraft, but it played a massive role in shaping the jet's success. From housing cutting-edge radar to slicing through the sky at supersonic speeds, this unassuming piece of machinery deserves far more credit than it usually gets. Next time you see a MiG-21, or even just a picture of one, take a closer look at that iconic nose cone. It's not just a design feature. It's a testament to human ingenuity, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. After all, sometimes the smallest details leave the biggest impact. Now go ahead, imagine yourself soaring through the skies in a MiG-21, feeling the rush of breaking the sound barrier with that trusty nose cone leading the way. Who knows? Maybe someday you'll get the chance to experience it firsthand. Until then, keep dreaming big and aiming high.